Hello everyone. This is Dr. R. Sasikumar, Professor, Computer Science and Engineering Department from RMD Engineering College. Today we are going to discuss about electronic mail concept, SMTP protocol. SMTP is nothing but what? A simple mail transfer protocol. So here the SMTP protocol, which is used to transfer the mail from client to server and server to client. So there are in that the bottom one is represent what the architecture of SMTP. Here we have to refer the first one is MTA. MTA is nothing but what? A message transfer agent. So we are going to use that MTA agent in first and second section. And the third one, we have to use another agent, MAA, that is a message access agent. So the formal protocol that defines the MTA client and server in the internet is called what? A simple mail transfer protocol. So with the help of SMTP protocol, the client can communicate with the remote server. So SMTP is used two times between the sender and the sender mail server and between the two mail server. So in that architecture, so the protocols used in electronic mail, the user name is called what? Alias, and the alias is called what? Sender, and the receiver is called what? Username is called what? Bob. So the sender receiver is available in that some other place, and sender also available in some other place. And then how the both user will communicate? So the two users can communicate with the help of SMTP protocol. The sender alias has to send the message to that local server, so that the sender machine has to connect the local mail server. In that mail server which has the client, so via internet, that message will be communicated to remote server, that is a mail server. In that mail server, we have a server to server communication. In that remote server, that will be connected to client with the help of a message access agent. So the first two will be connected with the help of a MTA, that is a message transfer agent. It is going to transfer the message from one machine to server, again from client to server via internet. Then again, the last one, the last phase, we have a MAA agent, that is a message access agent. With the help of agent, that server will be connected to that client. So the sender alias has to connect with the receiver Bob via SMTP protocol. So the client has to connect with the local server. Local server is something but what? Internet service provider. With the help of internet service provider, your system must be connected to that remote server via internet. These two things can be happened with the help of SMTP protocol. And in that remote server, the destination machine, that is a receiver machine, also attached with that server. So from server, there is a connection to that client. So this is the way to communicate one client to another client. So SMTP protocol, we have a command and a response. So what is called command? So the command is from that MTA client to MTA server. That is a message transfer agent client to message transfer agent server. So this is what the first phase. That is called what? A command. So the based on that command, the server will give the response. So always the command is issued by the client. The response is given by the server. So the response is from MTA server to MTA client. So that is the second phase. So now the server will connect it to that client. This is what a response message. So each command or reply is terminated by a 2 character, either carriage return and or line feed. This is called what? End of line token. And what is called the command means what? The commands are sent from the client to server. I already told the command is always issued by the client only. It consists of a keyword followed by 0 or more arguments. SMTP defines 14 commands. For your understanding purpose, I have listed out all the commands in the table. The keyword is a hello. The meaning is what? Sender host name. Identify itself, whether the connection is live or not. Mail from the sender of the message. Identify the sender of the message. So suppose if I received a mail from anyone, means what? This is the message coming from. That is a sender information will be displayed, and receipt to who is the receiver, who will receive that my mail, that is the intended recipient. Data, that is the body of the mail. Quit is nothing but what? Terminate the mail. RSET reset, that is about the current mail transaction. VRP is nothing but what verify the address of the recipient, and NOOP is nothing but what no operations. Turn is nothing but what switches the sender and the recipient. So this is the commands I have listed out for your reference. And the responses, again, it has some table. The responses are sent from the server to the client. Based on that command given by the client, the server will give the reply. That reply is called what? Responses. A response is a 3-digit code that may be followed by additional textual information. The bottom one is called what? Shows that the table which contains the most common response type. For example, 211 is nothing but what? A system status or help reply. 214 is nothing but what? A help message. 220 is nothing but what? A service is ready. 221 service closing transmission channel. 250 request command completed. 251 user not local. So this is what the response can be classified into 4 types. One is a positive completion reply. Another one is a positive intermediate reply. The third one is a transient negative completion reply. The fourth one is a permanent negative completion reply. So most obviously, right, each and everyone may face this error. For example, if you want to browse any website, sometimes you may get server error also, right? So that is a what you will get one error number. Okay, so there is a 421. The service is not available, right? Suppose 500 means what? The syntax error. Okay. So this is the way to you will get that error message. That error message is given by the server. How it will be given means what? With the help of a 3-digit response code. This is what SMTP. One is a command and responses. So how to transfer the mail from client to server and server to client means what? The process of transferring a mail message occur in 3 phases. One is a connection establishment. The second one is a mail transfer. The third one is a connection termination. So connection establishment means what? Before sending the mail from client to server, it should start with whether the connection both the client side and server side is ready or not. We should ensure that whether both side is ready or available or not. So after a client has made a TCP connection to the well-known port 25, the SMTP server start the connection phase. This phase involves the following 3 steps. The server send the code 220. So what is 220? In previous table, I have mentioned already. The 220 is nothing but what? A service is ready. So now the server, it will inform to the client, I am ready. So to tell the client that is ready to receive mail. If the server is not ready, then it sends a code 421. Okay. For example, I want to send a mail to my friend means what? My system will be connected to that local server and local server will be connected to that remote server. If the remote server is not ready means I may get the error message is 421. If the remote server is ready means what? The system message is what? 220. 220 means what? The server will inform to the client, I am ready to receive the mail from your side. Now, after getting this message, this is background operation, right? After getting this message, the client send the hello message to identify itself using its domain name address. This step is necessary to inform the server of the domain name of the client, whether my system is attached with that which server. I want to ensure that whether my system is connected with the server or not. That is for ensuring purpose, the client send a message, a hello message. And third one, based on that hello message, the server will give the response with the code number 250. So what is the 250 means what? The request command completed. So the right after getting this acknowledgement, then the mail will be transferred. So we move on to that second phase, mail transfer. So how the message is transferred means what? After connection has been established between the SMTP client and server, a single message between a sender and one or more recipients can be exchanged. This phase involves 8 steps. The step 3 and 4 are repeated if there is more than one recipient. The step 1, the client send the mail from message to introduce the sender of the message. I already told the client send one hello message to identify itself, and the client send a message to the receiver. So the receiver, it has one pop-up menu. In that pop-up menu, mail from so-and-so recipient, so-and-so sender. It includes the mail address of the sender. This step is needed to give the server and return mail for returning error and reporting message. Sometimes if you send a bulk mail, if any mail is wrong, means what, you will get error message, right? So that is a way to identify the client client mail address. Okay, the second step, the server responds with the code of 250 or some other appropriate code. So what is 250? I already told, 250 is nothing but what the server is ready. And the third step, a client sends to recipient message, which include the mail address of the recipient. After getting that code, the client has to send or attach the receiver address. Then the server responds with the code 250 or some other appropriate code. Yes, again, this is also valid email. The server will give the reply. And fifth step, the client send the data message to initialize the message transfer. Okay, so after getting this acknowledgement from that server, then the client send the data message to initialize the message transfer. Then based on that data message, the server will give the reply. That is a code number 354. There is a start mail input. And the step number 7, the client send the content of the message in consecutive line. Each line is terminated by a 2 character, that is called end of line token, carriage return, and line feed. This message is terminated by a line containing just one period. Now the server responds with the 250. Okay, so I have received so and so connection data from that client. Okay, after transferring the mail from the client to server, then the third phase is what, a connection termination. So how it will happen means what, after the message is transferred successfully, the client terminates the connection. This phase involves a 2 step. The client send the quit command. So I already told in that command format, quit is nothing but what, exit. And the server responds with the code 221 or some other appropriate code. This is the way to terminate the connection. Thank you.